Hey, what's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Finding Your Purpose. I hope everyone is good out there. I hope life is treating you the way it should. And with that being said, like I always do, I would like to remind you to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. That way, when we get to 1,000 followers and above, we can start our giveaway. So, with that being said, let's get into today's topic. You guys, we have another one that pissed me off to the core. You guys, I can't tell you the last time I actually did a feel good story because lately there have been nothing but stories like this that we must get out there. And I just want to tell you guys, be safe, and try to learn someone before you get with them. Although, as I always say, sometimes it's hard because these people, they know how to put on acts and make you think it's one way when in reality it's another. So, what I'm talking about here is I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, so I'm just gonna say Kiera Lane, and I'm not sure if that is correct, so we'll just call her Miss Lane. Because I am bad at names. I really am. But that's neither here nor there. So you have Miss Lane, who was 25. She was in this relationship with Mr. I believe his first name was Carl and last name Payne. Ironically, last name Payne. She was in a relationship with him for about, I'd say, 5 years. They have two children out of the relationship. Apparently, the relationship hadn't been good for a while. And, like, they both knew that. So, she broke it off with him. And, of course, when you have kids, you have to do the co-parenting thing. And that's what they had been doing for a few years. And apparently Mr. Payne had been getting, weird, like super weird. And to the point to where, it just wasn't safe to even do the pickups, picking the kids up, dropping them off alone. And she knew that because he was abusive throughout the relationship, and she just said enough is enough. So one day it was time for a pickup. Mr. Payne was supposed to come to the house, pick the kids up and drop them off like a few hours later. But Miss Lane knew that, he's getting crazier each time. So this time she had her sister over to, be a witness of the pickup. So he gets there. He knocks on the door, and instead of a normal pickup, hi, how you doing? How's your week been going? Whatever, this, that, and the third. Where are the kids? And what time you want them back? A normal pickup. He starts the arguing with Miss Lane, and she's like, no, I don't want to hear it. I'll get the kids, this and that. And Mr. Payne is like, okay, I'll be back. I got something for you in the car. And so she's like, okay, whatever, not thinking nothing of it, going inside the house. And as soon as she reaches the doorway, he opens fire on her. Now, you guys, I don't understand. But to make matters worse, not only did you do that to her in front of your children, but you also look at her sister and laugh. You laugh in her sister's face. And then you get in the car and drive off like it's normal to do what the hell you just done. This is not okay. This type of shit is not okay. Yes, he's in custody. He's in custody now. But where the hell do you get off thinking that it's okay for you to, one, open fire on someone because they don't want to put up with your BS? But not only do you open fire on them, you do that in front of your children. You traumatize them for life. But then you have the nerve to look at their aunt and laugh in her face. Where they do that at? Where do they do that at? This type of behavior is unacceptable. I mean, it's unacceptable. Just face the fact that you guys did not work out and be there for your children. I don't know what the hell is wrong with people in today's world thinking that you have to continuously put up with their BS for as long as they want you to. Excuse me, you guys. What is up with people thinking that once you're in a relationship, you're with them forever? You have to put up with their BS. No matter what they do, you can't leave them. You have to sit there and put up with their crap. No, you don't. And it shouldn't cost you your life because you don't want to put up with the nonsense. Think about this, you guys. I don't know how many of you guys actually believe in the Bible or not, but I am a firm believer in the Bible. And the Bible tells you we are going to go through trials and tribulations in life. Okay, so we're already knowing we're going to have problems. It doesn't specifically say what kind of problem, but we're all going to have stuff to go through. So why do you have to go through unnecessary shit? Like, if I don't want to be in a relationship no more, it's not working. I've tried, I gave it all I can give. Can't give it anymore. Then that should be respected on both ends. And if someone has children or a child with the other, just respect it and learn how to co-parent. Nowhere in the relationship handbook or whatever does it say if she doesn't stay with you or if he doesn't stay with you, you have the right to end them. Nowhere does it say that. Nowhere at all. So, this type of stuff irritates me to the core because, again, I'm going to say this like I have been saying in the past podcast. Shit like this is becoming the norm. And no, this is unacceptable and it should not become normalized. This is the type of stuff that makes you want to look back and you're like, oh no, buddy, I'll adapt to the single life. I don't care if I'm cutting myself short. I mean, if you have to, go to a sperm bank. Yeah, you'll have to deal with your child not knowing the father, but would you have to worry about the father coming back and trying to hurt you or the child? Probably not. But it's just too much of this is really making you think twice about a relationship and even talking to someone in general. This type of stuff, it really, really makes you think. It really does. And it's sad. It's sad because we shouldn't have to double and triple think on, do I want a significant other? Do I even want to give this person a shot? Not everybody is lunatics. Not everybody's, walking around with half a brain. But at the same time, with all this craziness going on, stories like this, do you even want to try? I don't know. So yeah, but they say Miss Lane had been dealing with his stuff for some years, but apparently he did a good job at hiding it because they talked to one of one of his friends, and he was just adamant that no, he could not have done this. Mr. Payne was not like this. There's no way he could have done this. So apparently Mr. Payne put on a good act. Because I'll tell you this, anybody that will take your life without self-defense, because that's the only way I agree with, shooting or taking the life of someone, if it's self-defense. But anybody that would do that without self-defense, especially in front of your own children, you have no heart. You have no heart, and I don't care what anybody says. You're not all there. You're not. It's just sad that this couldn't have been handled differently. Like I wonder if he would have done this if Miss Lane's father would have been there. I wonder if he would have done it then. It just makes you wonder. Or if she has brothers or something, would he have done it then? You just don't know. And my heart goes out to the Lane family, being the fact that they had to deal with this. And my heart really goes out to the sister that witnessed this. She saw this for her own two eyes, and now she's being the spokesman for her sister. And I'll tell you guys, that just broke me when she said that after he'd done that, he turned around, looked at her, and laughed. Are you serious? You really looked at her and laughed? People, I don't understand. So Miss Lane was supposed to, have a good time with friends and family, while the kids were with their dad. But instead, that tragedy happened. So the place they were gonna go, to eat and all that, they were going to go to this pizzeria place and have a good time, have some drinks, food. Well, now that place is being used as a fundraiser, and all the proceeds will go towards, her funeral expenses, and as well as the money to take care of her two children who are left behind. So if you guys are in the Covington area and you hear about this, I would urge you to please go show support. But you guys, just be careful and pay attention to the signs, because even though you may not see the signs right away, there are always signs there. I see so many times where people are like, oh, he didn't show that he was this type of person, or oh, he didn't show he was that type of person. There's always signs there. And I guarantee you there were signs in that situation, especially the fact if he would do that in front of her sister, there's always been signs there. It's just they probably got stronger and stronger with every pickup, because he realized that there was no chance of them even reconciling or anything. So I just urge you guys to please be careful and be mindful of who you're with. And just because you have children together, that does not mean you have to stay and put up with someone's BS. If it's not working, it's not working. But I will say that you guys should always have a backup plan, have an escape plan, just in case things don't break off smoothly. I think we are at a point where everybody should just have an escape plan to get you and your kids out of there and out of harm's way. And once you get out, don't stall going to your local courthouse or your child protector services offices, or wherever it is where you go to get papers to, you know, to make sure that The kids are going to be in your care. That way they can't use the kids as pawns. Tell them what's going on. Don't sit there. Don't hold things in. Because the more you hold things in, the worse it gets. So you guys just be careful. Be aware of your surroundings. Try to stay close to your loved ones. Hold them tighter every day. Each day, hold them a little tighter. Because the world we live in today, you just don't know. But with that being said, let's keep Miss Lane's family in our prayers. Let's hope and pray they get the justice that they most certainly deserve. Let's hope and pray that her kids will not be traumatized. Let's pray for her sister, the one who witnessed this, and just everybody in the entire family. This type of situation is not okay. And I hope that nobody ever has to go through this type of trauma again. So let's just keep them in our prayers. And with that being said, we are all designed for a purpose. Therefore, we all have a purpose. So if you have found it, stand in it. Don't let anybody knock you off. And if you haven't found it yet, it's okay. Keep searching. Because as I stated before, no matter how big, how small, we are all designed for a purpose. So therefore, we all have one. You will find it. I love you all. And we will catch you next week.